Hello, I'm meteorologist Rob Carlmark here in Northern California, and I want to talk to you about something really specific, but really important, and I would say surprisingly one of the biggest dangers out there when we have really heavy snow like we're going to have over the next several days, and even in the days afterwards. This concerns deep snow safety. Now, you're probably thinking I'm about to talk about avalanches or road driving or things like that, but there's actually something very specific for skiers and snowboarders and even snowmobilers that can pop up and become likely the biggest hazard you're going to encounter out there on the slopes and out in the mountains after a big snow. This is going to be called a tree well, and this is something that's very concerning. Now, I will show you some firsthand experience in just a second here, but essentially what happens is you get very heavy snow that obviously falls on the mountains and in the open terrain, and it collects on the branches of the various types of trees out there. But what it does is it stops it from collecting right around the base of the tree. People go skiing in the trees or snowboarding, they make a mistake or they just don't notice, and then they fall in, sometimes head first. Once you're in this situation, you are buried underneath the snow, and there is likely no way for you to get out by yourself. You can easily get stuck, and if you get covered with snow and nobody finds you or knows that you fell in, then you could also easily die. I don't say that lightly. This can and does happen each and every year, and it most often happens after a big heavy snow, and it can happen in inbound resorts as well. So for example, this is a tree well that was dug out at the base just so you could see it from this angle, but there's a very big lack of snow at the very base of this tree. They are hidden, folks. They are most often on the top side of a tree, basically upslope, but can be at the bottom as well, giving you 360 degrees of hazard of, again, falling in face first. Now, I experienced this not too long ago in Canada. I was skiing with a partner who got a little bit too close to a tree, got caught, went face first, luckily did not go into the well, but definitely was caught up right below it. Now, in this situation, there was zero chance that he was going to be able to rescue himself. In other words, pop off the bindings, find a stable footing, or a place at least to put his hands, prop himself up and get out of the situation. The only reason why we are all here, the whole team trying to get him out of there, is because we had a plan. We had visual contact the entire time and knew what to do in this situation. Luckily, there was also a guide there to help with more equipment and experience to be able to get our friend out into safety. Now, Ski California is an organization that spends a lot of time thinking about safety for all the resorts in California, essentially all of them. And they have produced a video which I think is very important and prime to be understood in a moment like this. It concerns safety in deep snow situations like this, other ones as well, along with video of real-life examples about how you can go from having fun to being in a life-threatening situation. In TV, we quite often cut these things up so you only see a piece of it. Right now, I want to show you the entire video from Ski California concerning what we will all be going through in the mountains in the days during the storm and after as well for deep snow safety. Again, here's the entire video. Please watch it all.
Whoa. Hey, are you all right? Can you hear me? Come on. Hold on, I'm coming.
Some of the world's deepest snow stacks up at Ski California resorts every year, sometimes in a matter of just a few hours or days. It's not uncommon for storms that deliver multiple feet of snow to line up one behind the next, creating an inbounds powder paradise for skiers and riders.
Hi skiers and snowboarders, I'm Travis Ganong. Now that I'm retired from the US ski team and professional ski racing, I'm ready to spend more time making turns in the deep snow California and Nevada are famous for.
You all right?
But with deep snow comes the inherent risk of snow immersion suffocation, which can happen when a skier or rider falls into deep snow or a tree well, cannot move, and suffocates. Branches often cover the depth of the well created by the tree trunk, which can be several feet deep. If a person falls in head first, gravity pulls their body down until the loose snow covers his or her airways.
Skiers and snowboarders can avoid snow immersion by being aware of this potentially life-saving advice.
Always ski or ride with a partner and stay in control. Avoid tree wells by looking at the open spaces between trees, not at the trees. If you're tired, stay out of the graded areas. Keep your partner in sight and stay close enough to pull or dig out if either of you fall. Without immediate rescue, the skier or rider can die from suffocation in as little as 60 seconds.
Hey, you all right? Can you hear me?
Use appropriate equipment to minimize risks. This means wearing a helmet, having a fully charged cell phone, and having fast access to Ski Patrol's number. Consider wearing a beacon or Reco reflector and carrying a whistle to alert others who may be nearby.
When skiing or riding in deep snow, ski or ride short pitches and stop to regroup often. If you fall in deep snow, follow these steps.
Yell or use your whistle to get your partner's attention. Do anything you can to keep your head above the surface of the snow. Roll, grab tree branches or the tree trunk. If you can, keep your feet below the level of your head. If you fall in, resist the urge to struggle as it can entrap you further. Stay calm. Try to keep your airway clear and wait for your partner to help. If possible, use your cell phone to call Ski Patrol.
If someone is immersed in deep snow, here's what you should do.
Don't leave to get help. Stay with your partner. Call for help. Yell or use a whistle to get the attention of others, and use your cell phone to call Ski Patrol. Immediately begin rescue efforts by going directly for the airway to keep it clear.
You okay? Can you breathe? Oh, yeah, okay.
Be careful not to knock more snow into the hole. Do not try to pull your partner out the way they fell in.
All right, how you doing? You good?
I'm good.
Instead,
Okay.
determine where their head is and tunnel in from the side.
Skiing and riding deep powder is one of the most fun parts of our sport, but there have been more snow immersion deaths in California than any state in the last 20 years. The easiest way to avoid getting stuck is to stay on groomed runs. If you do hit the deep pow, know the risks and make use of the advice we provided. It could save your life.
Learn more about deep snow safety in Ski California's Mountain Safety Guide at safety.skicalifornia.org.
Now I think we have a better understanding how these things can go very bad very quickly, and skiing with a partner is one of the most important things that you can do for your own safety. Now, you might be hearing that thinking, hey, I'm the only one in my group that likes to do skiing like this. I'm the only one that can go up that day, and I will not have a formal partner. Well, the CEO of Ski California has thought about these things and has some great advice. In fact, you can make a friend and a buddy for these runs in the moment, and it really could save your life.
I'll tell you what, in the deep snow safety video, the actual rescue footage you see that was provided to us by Riley Flynn, in the example where someone falls in front of him, like just in deep snow, it wasn't a tree well, he just fell in front of him. To start that run, he did not know that person, and they knew it was deep out there. And they actually communicated with each other and said, hey, it's pretty deep out here. Why don't we ski together? And then the person he was skiing with fell in front of him, and he was right there to come and rescue the person. So that is a great idea to, hey, if you're out there with people, stay near others, try not to be out there on your own.
And finally, going into a tree well and being stuck in deep snow is a hazardous and dangerous situation. And it's quite often the hazard you cannot really remove if you are going to be spending time in the trees. For avalanche terrain, a lot of that is mitigated by Ski Patrol and all of the things that they do to monitor the forecast, close areas. But skiing in the trees is often not thought of as a dangerous thing. Remember, ski with a buddy, have a whistle, have equipment if need be, keep visual contact, make sure that you are in a position to help others, to find help quickly via Ski Patrol on a phone or what have you. And most importantly, just know and tell others that this danger is out there during the storm and after as well.